Last time out we had Team Manchester taking on Team London, and I requested your feedback as to what videos you'd like to see from me in the future. The response to that video was absolutely incredible, so I just want to say a massive thank you to every single one of you that left suggestions in the comments section. And as promised, today's video is based on your requests, with the best Premier League players taking on the finest talents from La Liga. Big thanks to Hutchie456 for suggesting that one. In fact, there were quite a few of you that requested it, but Hutchie456 was the first one to do so, with their comment picking up just under 300 likes throughout the course of the past week. So that's what we're focusing on today, with the Premier League's top talents going head to head with the finest players from La Liga. First of all in a computer versus computer matchup, and then secondly in a simulated season to see which team comes out on top throughout the course of an entire simulated campaign. So keep leaving your video suggestions in the comments section down below, and maybe you'll see your requests featured on the channel in the not too distant future. Also, if you're new to the channel, then be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of that future content. And of course, if you do go on to enjoy this video today, then please do leave it a like. Before I get into the gameplay though, I just want to talk to you a bit about a tournament that I was recently involved in out in Germany to celebrate the release of FIFA 19, organised by OneFootball. There were 15 other content creators involved, and I got to meet some absolutely awesome people from all around the world. The teams for the tournament were drawn at random, and I was quite fortunate to get to play as Barcelona. It didn't really help me out in the first group game though, as I lost that one 2-1. So the pressure was definitely on in the second match. Thankfully though, I recovered with a 6-0 victory, followed that up with a 5-0 win, and I qualified for the quarter-finals. And at this point, as the only Englishman involved in the tournament, I started to believe that football was coming home. Naturally though, it didn't, and I ended up crashing out in the quarters with a 1-0 defeat up against an Italian FIFA YouTuber, Justice. He was a good guy to be fair, he was just better than me in that one, and he went on to reach the final, which I was pretty pleased to see. Sadly, I'm not able to say that I was beaten by the best though, as fellow career mode YouTuber Der Hanses ended up winning the whole thing. So yeah, massive thanks to OneFootball for organising everything. I was very pleased to be a part of it all, and if you want to find out all the latest football news, score updates and transfer activity, then I highly recommend giving their app a go. It's available for both iOS and Android, it's completely free to download, and you'll find their link in the description down below. Back to the experiment though, and this is the Premier League side that I've gone with for today's video, with players from Liverpool, Spurs, City, Chelsea and United making it into the starting 11. There will no doubt be some debate surrounding the starting 11 that I've chosen, but this is the team that I've gone with anyway. I did think about including David Silva instead of Pogba. Silva's defensive stats in game are extremely poor though, and he's also quite weak, so Pogba makes more sense in my opinion, at least in FIFA anyway. It was also a tough choice picking the striker, with both Aguero and Kane possessing an 89 rating this year. I couldn't say no to my fellow countrymen though, so Harry Kane got the nod. Whilst over in La Liga's finest 11, we got a mix of Barcelona, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid players. Again, you might disagree with some of my selections, such as the choice to play a left back at right back in the form of Marcelo. La Liga possesses the two best left backs in the game though, and I didn't really think that either player deserved to miss out on a place in the starting 11, so hence why Marcelo's playing out on the right. He's got a 4-star weak foot, and he should do alright there in game. And if you're wondering why I've chosen Manchester United and Real Madrid as the two teams, basically Manchester United have won the most top flight titles in England, whilst Real Madrid have won the most championships over in Spain. I have changed Manchester United's tactical approach though, and given them Manchester City's game plan instead. So they should be slightly better to watch here than they are in real life. Anyway though, let's get into the computer versus computer gameplay. It's being played at a neutral stadium, let's get into it and let's see which team comes out on top. It's the Premier League team with the kickoff now then, and I'm looking forward to this one. It should be interesting to see how both teams approach the game. Could be quite an even contest, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Kevin De Bruyne is on it, tries to play that to Mo Salah, but it didn't quite work out for him. And now Toni Kroos lifts that over to Marcelo. Lovely little pass there. And the pass in football on display today looks like it's going to be incredible. That's a nice ball forward to Griezmann. He moves it on to Suarez, gets it back to Griezmann, who's working it down the right wing now. What can he do here? Cuts it inside, plays it across to Luis Suarez, takes on his man, gets past him. And I'm not too sure why he's gone for it there. Here comes Luis Suarez on the ball once again, moves it out wide to Antoine Griezmann. He whips it across, but Van Dijk's got that covered. It drops to Toni Kroos, he moves it forward, and that's brilliant passing play from the La Liga side, and they've taken the lead through Messi. Lovely little goal there, brilliant passing football once again, and Yeah, they've got the 1-0 advantage in the 11th minute. Let's take another look at this one on the replay. They tried to get it clear, they couldn't quite get rid of it though, and that's a lovely little finish from Messi, tucks it past De Gea, and La Liga's finest have got the advantage. And here they come once again, looking to double their advantage. Modric plays that through to Messi, takes on Van Dijk, gets it past him. What can he do with this one? Absolutely bangs it, and that is a brilliant save from De Gea. Let's take another look at this one on the replay. Look at that. Thunderous strike from Messi, but it's a very familiar sight for Manchester United fans. De Gea saving his team once again. Van Dijk's got the ball now, moves that forward to Conte. He looks up to Harry Kane. What can he do here? Takes on his man, decides to go for it from distance, and Courtois got that covered. Not a bad attempt on his left foot, but 9 times out of 10 you'd expect Courtois to save that one. Can the Premier League team get back into this one? Conte's on the ball at the moment, moves that forward to Paul Pogba. He moves it across to Kevin De Bruyne. He moves it on to Harry Kane, promising an attack, moves it out wide to Hazard. Not a bad ball over. They've defended that well though. Corner kick to come here. Kevin De Bruyne is standing over it, whips it across, and that is a poor delivery. So here's how the stats are looking at half time. The Premier League All-Stars are yet to register a shot on target, which is pretty poor to be honest. La Liga's finest have had 3 shots, 3 on target, and they've got a 1-0 advantage. 52% possession, 92% passing accuracy, and so far they're looking by far the better team. The Premier League All-Stars just haven't really got into it so far, but 45 more minutes to come, and hopefully they can pick things up a bit. Let's get into the second half then, and let's see how things develop. 20 minutes into this second half, and not much is really happening to be honest. Luis Suarez is on the ball now though, plays that to Coutinho. He moves it back to Suarez, he moves it out wide to Alba. Good passing play here. Suarez chases this one down, but the delivery just wasn't quite there. De Gea's got a good opportunity to kick off a counter-attack though. Boots that long. It drops for the Manchester United team, does it? Yeah, just about. The Premier League All-Stars have got control of it once again. Harry Kane holds up the play, moves that on to David Silva, gives it back to Kane, who moves it on to Conte. Brilliant passing play here. Salah lifts that one across, and Hazard just can't get any power behind the header there. They're still looking for an equaliser here. Kyle Walker whips that across, and Salah just kind of drops to the ground there. And then N'Golo Conte goes for an overhead kick. Everything's going on at the moment. Kyle Walker's back on it now though, moving the ball forward, plays that across, and this is good passing play here. It drops for David Silva, he moves it on to Eden Hazard. Can they get a goal back here? Can they make it 1-1? An equaliser would be massive, but they can't find the killer delivery. Time is quickly running out for the Premier League All-Stars here, but Conte's moved that forward, and it's a big opportunity here. Can they take it? It's fallen for them kindly there. They've headed that across to Conte. He moves it through, and that should have been the equaliser. Vertonghen's just going to bang this one long, looking for support. Harry Kane's gone down in the box. No penalty given. I think he just tripped over his own shoelaces, to be honest. Anyway, though, Coutinho's on the attack here, down the left wing. Plays that across to Toni Kroos. Suarez is on it now. Looks up, moves it on to Jordi Alba. He's turned his back on his man. It's gone out of play, and that is the final whistle. It's a 1-0 victory for La Liga's finest. Looking at those full-time stats though, the winning side didn't register a single shot in that second half, which is a bit embarrassing. The Premier League stars were unlucky not to get back into the game there, but unfortunately for them, they couldn't quite find the back of the net, and they've lost the game 1-0. Nobody really stepped up there for the Premier League side. It was all a bit flat, all a bit disappointing. Over on the other team though, Lionel Messi was the man of the match. He scored the only goal of the game, picked up an 8.2 rating, and yeah, like I say, was the best player on the pitch. Time for the second part of today's experiment now then, completing a simulated season and finding out which team comes out on top. And for Manchester United, I've put Sir Alex Ferguson in charge. Obviously, in real life, it's still Mourinho at the moment, unfortunately, but yeah, we'll put Sir Alex Ferguson in charge and hopefully things will work out a bit better for Manchester United in this simulation. Anyway though, let's sim forward and let's see how things are looking at the midway point of the season. And as you can see here, on the 23rd of December, the two teams took each other on, and unfortunately for Premier League fans, the La Liga side picked up a 1-0 victory. And this is how the league table's looking at the moment. With the best players from La Liga sitting top of the table, Everton are currently second, and the best Premier League players are currently third. Chelsea are fourth, and Manchester City are fifth. And I've noticed this in simulations before. In the first half of the season, Everton tend to absolutely smash it. In the second half of the season, they usually fall away a bit, but yeah, at the moment they're second, and the best players from the Premier League are currently behind them. Eden Hazard's the top scorer for the Premier League players so far, and Kevin De Bruyne has provided the most assists. Whilst over in Team La Liga, Suarez is the top scorer, and Coutinho has provided as many assists as everyone else put together, which is kind of interesting, but there you go. Anyway though, let's sim forward to the end of the season, and let's see how things are looking at the end of the campaign. The final game of the season saw the best players from the Premier League take on the best players from La Liga, and the Premier League side picked up a 2-1 victory. And it was a final day performance that proved to be absolutely vital for the Premier League players. As you can see there, they won the title by 3 points, so going into that final game they were both sitting on 85 points and it decided the title. The Premier League players have picked up the win and they've won the Premier League title. The La Liga players came second, Chelsea finished third, and Everton finished in 4th position. And it was pretty tight down the bottom too, but ultimately Newcastle, Brighton and Fulham were the 3 teams relegated. Harry Kane was the top scorer for the Premier League side in the end with 22 goals from 37 appearances, and Kevin De Bruyne provided the most assists. And Luis Suarez scored 17 in 33 appearances in the end, whilst Philippe Coutinho failed to build on the 10 assists that he had at the midway point of the season, although he was still the main creative force for the team. The FA Cup was won by Watford, with the best Premier League players losing out to Bournemouth in the 3rd round, and the best La Liga players getting knocked out in the 5th round by Brighton. The Carabao Cup was won by the best La Liga players, whilst the best Premier League players got knocked out in the 2nd round by Leicester. And as you can see here, both the Premier League All-Stars and the best players from La Liga reached the Champions League final, and the Premier League's finest picked up a 2-0 victory. Over in the Europa League meanwhile, Lazio beat Chelsea 1-0. So there you have it. The La Liga team may have come out on top in that original computer versus computer battle, picking up a 1-0 victory in that one. But in the simulated season, the Premier League All-Stars have come out on top. They've won both the Premier League and the Champions League, whilst the La Liga players only won the Carabao Cup. So, yeah, decent victory there for the Premier League side overall. Anyway though, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Leave it a like if you have done. Have an awesome day, and I'll catch you again next time.